I'm torching the meringue, and if you combine a blowtorch with baking paper, you get fire.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Sorry. Didn't see it.
Just turn it off. At least you didn't burn dessert. That's cool.
I'm relieved that none of my dessert got burnt because I might not have had a dish to plate up.
3 minutes to go!
I need to make this dish look like a bowl of cornflakes, so I start getting the flakes that I've made and poking those into the lemon verbena mousse. I want the entire dessert to be covered with the saffron flakes because I want it to really look like a bowl of cornflakes, so I can't really leave any mousse showing because I want all of that in the centre to be a surprise.
As I'm plating up all the elements onto the plate, I'm hoping it's going to be a complex, cohesive dish. I put the butterscotch caramel in the middle, some white chocolate crema around it, some apple pieces, and then some apple chips. There's a lot of caramel elements, but at the same time, I've got some apple elements as well.
Come on, last little bit of effort. Every second counts. 2 minutes to go. Come on. Come on, Jessica.
It is a huge risk for me to make a dessert against, somebody like Reynolds. I know that presentation is going to be really important. My dish has to look perfect today. So I'm plating up 2 dishes just so I can choose which one I want to present to the judges. A bit more work, but I think it's going to be a good choice. I lay some of the roasted figs on top of my Oloroso caramel. And then on the side, I'm piping my blue cheese onto these little honey wafers. And as I'm placing them, one of the wafers snaps in half. And the piping on that one's pretty dodgy as well. So kind of already know which one I want to serve the judges.
The time is ticking away. 1 minute.
I dusted the almond tuile and put that on top of the plate. The plate's looking absolutely amazing. It's one of my most beautiful dishes that I've ever put up in this kitchen.
I grabbed my ice cream out of the freezer. I'm trying to quenelle it, but there's parts that are really firm and parts that are soft. I'm really struggling with this. I'm running out of time. I'm feeling crazy stressed. George pointed out that if I was going to do a quenelle, I had to do a beautiful one, and this is just not working for me.
30 seconds, come on, 30 seconds. Believe me, you want that advantage. 10 seconds to go. 9.
I managed to finally get a nice shaped quenelle out of this ice cream, and then I put it on the plate.
2, 1.
Put it on the wrong one.
Damn it. I have placed it on the wrong plate. The one with the broken wafer and the piping that looks like it was done by a monkey.
So the dish is?
White chocolate lemon verbena mousse with a lemon curd and strawberry centre, and saffron flakes with a macadamia praline as the sugar.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
That's very nice.
Very clever. It's very delicious.
If I shut my eyes now and I run my tongue through my teeth, I get that sense of having eaten cornflakes. I get that flavour, and that's brilliant.
And what's nice is because the saffron's baked, really, in a chill, it's not too potent
You know, I think we all questioned the idea of whether saffron and lemon verbena would go together, and Billie has proved yet again that she's got a really sure way with flavours because they marry perfectly in that dish. I love the fact she's taken a risk. She's done a dessert. She's done a dessert that's pretty out there and nailed it. Yeah, brilliant.
Hello?
Giorgia, why the wooden spoons?
The wooden spoon represents my childhood memory of licking the spoon while cooking a lemon meringue pie with my grandma.
Conceptually, I love the idea. It's just the meringue, very sweet. Come on, Jessica, what's wrong?
I'm just really annoyed at myself.
Why?
Stupid small mistakes.
And we spoke about presentation, didn't we?
A lot.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed to put that the way it looks.
Come on, don't be ridiculous. What's the dish?
I've done roasted figs with a blue cheese cream, oloroso ice cream, and a honey wafer.
Tweezers are out. I can smell it from here. Oh, it smells good. That. Would you like some more? That is so good.
Oh. Yum. Wow. How delicious is that?
Oh, wow.
Just everything you want. Intensity in that sherry caramel. Freshness in the ice cream, freshness in the figs, just enough heat to soften them so they haven't broken down, but they're super succulent, super juicy. I had a good whack of blue cheese mousse on my fig, and so that was perfect balance. But the thing I really love and brings all those sherry flavours together is that burnt butter crumb, which is heavily salty, and it just gives you that sense of eating the biscuit to go with your blue cheese. I love it. I can see a clear transition from where the idea comes from to where this dessert is, and is all the work, the complexity, all the technique that Jessica's shown worth it with this dish? I think so.
Well, hey, look at that. Are you happy?
Yeah, really happy with it.
Yeah, I would be too. It looks spectacular. I love that little kind of wafery twirl on the top. What's the dessert?
Apple and caramel. So there's charred apple, butterscotch, caramel and vanilla ice cream, crispy apple bits, and the almond twirl.
Just before we dive in, I reckon that is one of the best looking desserts we've ever had on the show. And I'm not just talking about from contestants.
I agree with you, Gary.
I'm talking about from professionals as well.
I agree with you.
I find the overloaded caramel quite heavy. I find myself. I know. What are you talking about? I find myself. I want some more apple. I want some more apple. I want some more freshness. And I just feel that this is the toffee apple, where the apple is tiny and the toffee is loads. For me, there's not enough freshness. There's not enough acidity to balance all that sugar. I love this candy, this kind of toffee candy floss. That's brilliant. I love the crispy apple skin, but I find it pretty wearing to eat in terms of this endless onslaught of toffee.
You all did a fabulous job today, but only one of you can win that advantage. Giorgia, we love the idea of licking that dessert off that wooden spoon, the creativity, but you know what? It was just too sweet. So unfortunately, you won't be winning that advantage today.
The three of you made the decision almost impossible for us today. And really, that's just as it should be in Finest Week. Reynolds, Billie, your desserts looked absolutely beautiful. Jessica, you were worried about how your dish looked. But looking beautiful is one thing. Looking delicious, looking like you want to dive right in. And then when you do, being rewarded with this kind of riot of flavors, this balance of salty crumb and salty blue cheese, that caramel sauce, the figs. Wow, wow, wow. Jessica, that's why you win today. Well done.